Hello, my name is Jennifer and I am the administrator of Let's Talk Dragon. Currently I have Dragon Naturally Speaking Premium 12.5 English/Spanish. So for those of you who don't know, before you can use Dragon to dictate documents, emails, search the web and stuff, you have to create a profile and go through the training that shows you how to use the software properly. And this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to do that. So as you can see, I already have everything open. My Dragon toolbar is down here. This red icon here with the microphone sideways like that means that the microphone is off, so I can talk without it doing anything. And so I'm just going to go over here to Profile and move up here to Add New User Profile. Click on New. Okay, and as you can see, the dialog box for creating a user profile opens up. So we just go down here and we click Next. And I'm actually going to make a profile strictly for this group. So I'm going to have Jennifer. Alright, so we have Jennifer Let's Talk Dragon Facebook group. I'm going to hit Next. Alright, then it asks you your age range. Okay, and so it's got the right one there, between 22 and 54. And no, I am not telling you my age. Okay, now you have to choose your region because the Dragon learns as you go along, so it wants to know what kind of English that you speak. So you have the choice of the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, etc. Now I'm in the US, so we're going to go with that one. And we'll do standard English, although for those of you from different countries, if you have an Australian accent, British, Indian, or so forth, you have choices here, or if you're from the South, or have a Spanish accent. Go. So then I'm going to use standard, so we'll go to Next. Okay, now so you have the choices of what kind of microphone that you're using. I have a USB, but you can also use mic in. You have choices for Bluetooth. Okay, so I'm going to go with USB. Alright, and then here you just check and make sure that you have the right facts for your profile. And then we're going to hit Create. Okay, so while we're waiting for the profile to be created, the next step should be the training that shows you how to use the software properly. Okay, hopefully this shouldn't take too much longer. So while we're waiting for this, like I said, I've actually, I think we're just about done. Here we go. Alright, so this is just letting you know to make sure how to position the microphone properly so that it can, so the Dragon can be accurate with what you're saying when your profile is done. So it just says, correct positioning should be about, half an inch or about an inch away from your mouth. Listening to the side, and let me just make sure mine is in the right place. There we go. Alright, and I'm going to click Next. Okay, sometimes you get these kind of error messages like this. I can't control that, but I've actually had this before, so we're just going to click OK and move on. Okay, so the next step is adjusting the volume. So it says Dragon needs to listen to you read some text out loud for about 10 seconds to make sure the microphone is plugged in and positioned correctly. So I just come down here and I start volume check, and then I just need to read what's in that box there. While you're reading this, the computer will adjust your microphone volume settings and then beep to signal that the process is complete. Okay, so here we go. The volume has been adjusted successfully, and I can move on to the next step. we'll just ignore that. Alright, so the next thing is the checking of the quality of the sound system. And basically it's the same thing you do before, it's just a quality check. So let's hit start. For Dragon to recognize your voice accurately, it needs to check the quality of your audio system and your microphone. Speak into the microphone as clearly and as naturally as you did in the previous step. While reading this, Dragon is listening to you and examining the quality of your audio. Once Dragon has enough information, okay, so here we go. So right down here it says my microphone passed, and I click next. Okay, so the next thing you have to do is talking about the text, because dictating is a little bit different than with talking. And you have training options here. You can show text without the prompting. That means a little arrow that kind of follows you along in case you lose your place. You could do it without prompting, or you could skip the training, which I don't recommend that, especially if this is the first time. If you're a first-time Dragon user, don't skip the training. You have to do it. All right, so we're going to do that. So click next. And so it says here, welcome to general training. Yes, and you go from start to finish. You just click go, and then you just have to read what comes up in this screen here. Welcome to general training. Training is about to begin. Okay, so here are the different text things that you can read. And I would definitely go with what to expect from speech recognition, which is the first choice here, because these other choices are very long. And it could take a long time. It takes a very long time to go through this. And so I'm going to go with the first choice. Click OK. Please read this text at a normal pace and with a normal tone of voice, as if you were having a conversation with another person. Dragon will now collect an audio sample so it can adapt to the characteristics of your voice and begin learning how you pronounce words. You are not required to say punctuation while reading this training text, but it is a good idea since you will need to say punctuation when you dictate documents and emails. Dictating with Dragon is different than talking to another person. Right, I'm going to pause this for a second because I strongly recommend that you read the punctuation while you're doing the training, because you need to do that while you're dictating documents and stuff. So this is the perfect time to get used to doing that. Alright, so I'm going to press go and then we're going to continue. People can easily filter out noise, which lets us understand each other even in a noisy restaurant, period. Computers need help separating speech sounds from other sounds, period. As you read, make sure you are in a place without too much noise, period. You should also check the position of your microphone, period. Your microphone should always be about an inch away from the corner of your mouth, period. When people talk, they often hesitate, mumble, slur their words, or leave words out altogether, period. But we are still able to understand each other, period. For example, we use our experience and common sense to decide whether someone said, open quotes, ice cream, close quotes, or open quotes, ice cream, close quotes. Dragon doesn't understand what words mean, so it can't use common sense the way people do, period. Instead, Dragon recognizes words that appear next to other words, period. It learns this from the way you speak to it, period. You need to help it understand how you speak and the context of the words you use, period. Dragon calculates how frequently words and phrases are used and can offer you suggestions when it makes mistakes, period. You just need to know how to operate it properly, period. It's best to dictate in complete sentences, speaking clearly and evenly, in a natural manner, period. The idea is to speak to Dragon normally, at a consistent speed and volume, period. Try not to hesitate, exaggerate your pronunciation, or talk loudly or slowly, period. Try to think about your whole sentence before you start to speak it, period. This will give Dragon the context it needs, period. The software lets you dictate punctuation and symbols, such as colon, question mark, open quote, plus sign, and hyphen. Even things like smiley face. Dragon also comes with hundreds of commands, including new paragraph, backspace 5, mouse move up, drag mouse down, correct that, undo that, copy that, cap that, delete line, go to end of line, press enter, press escape, press F2, press tab. Pause briefly before saying a command, and Dragon will instantly recognize that the command is something you want it to do, rather than something you are dictating, period. When you first start dictating with Dragon, it's important to be patient, period. As with anything, practice is important, period. Try to avoid saying extra words you really don't want in your document, like open quotes, period, close quotes. Dragon has no way of knowing which words you say are important, so it simply transcribes everything you say, period. Think about what you want to say before you speak, period. This will help you to dictate incomplete phrases, period. To understand what it means to speak both clearly and naturally, listen to the way newscasters read the news, period. For the best results using speech recognition, copy this style when you dictate, period. If you dictate something by accident, you can delete it by saying, open quotes, scratch that, period, close quotes. You can delete full sentences, a phrase, just one word, or a symbol, period. When you are dictating something Dragon doesn't understand, like a person's name, you can say, open quotes, spell that, close quotes, and then spell it out, the word, in the spelling window, period. Okay, so it says here, congratulations, you finished training. When you click OK, the computer will spend a few minutes adapting your profile. So let's click OK. And so it's doing that. If at any time you want to redo something, you have redo here. You do have skip, which I don't recommend, especially if you're a first-time user. Okay, so it looks like this is going to take a little bit of time. Alright, so while the computer is, or Dragon rather, is doing this, we'll just point out a couple of things here. Again, now for some reason my toolbar moved up to the top, but there's actually a place you can put it up at the top, or if you like it on the bottom. I also have a little Dragon icon, which I like to keep it down there because it actually opens up the software faster than by using the icon, which I also have on my toolbar here. And as I said, it's also not just great for dictating documents, it's also great for commands. You can tell it to open Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, or anything else, Adobe Reader. I also like to use it while I'm in college, which is what I currently use it the most for. My tests are all online, so I can actually use it to do the multiple choice tests. And it's just got a lot of great uses, and it's just really great for someone like me who doesn't type very well. Okay, this looks like it's still taking some time here. Okay, so while we're still waiting, so as you know, I actually have been using this for a while, and I have more than one profile. For example, let me see. I don't know if this. Wait, hold on. Oh, not yet. Okay, you can't do that right now, but I actually have three, or actually now I'm going to have four profiles. The first one I use for my schoolwork. Second one I use when I'm trying to learn how to transcribe recorded materials using Dragon, so I have another profile for that. I have a third profile for when I use the software in Spanish, which doesn't happen very often, but I'm trying to learn how to get better at it. And the Dragon works a little differently in Spanish than in English. It takes a little getting used to. But as you use Dragon more, there may come times when you want to have another profile than one that you're currently using because the software learns the more that you use it, and you don't want it confusing or lumping into one profile all your different uses for it. So it's a good idea to kind of keep that separate. And hopefully this won't be much longer. Okay, so now that the Dragon is finally finished adapting the user profile, it's now saving it, and hopefully this won't take too much longer. Okay, that's good. Okay, so when you're done, you can actually, what the Dragon can do, if you let it check out your emails and documents in Microsoft and other applications, it can actually get a good idea of the kinds of words that you use. So if you're using anything that's rather unique, if you allow it to do this, then when you say that word, the next time you're dictating a document, it'll recognize it and spell it correctly. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to skip that. And I'm just going to go to next. And it's always trying to make adjustments to make sure it's accurately dictating typing rather, what you're saying. And so we'll just leave it at automatically improving accuracy. And here we go. So you want to make the next changes? Yes. Okay. Right. So every once in a while it tries to run data collection, which basically, as the more documents that you do, it collects information from that, which also helps to improve its accuracy. But I'm gonna go with, we're just gonna, let's see here. I'm gonna tell it not to, but to remind me about it later. Okay, and here we go. Congratulations, your profile is ready for use. Alright, so I'm gonna click finish. And okay, so now it's initializing. And I think it does something right after that, and then I'm then able to use this profile. Okay, now you can go through this to kind of get some more training, get used to it before you actually start doing that, but I'm actually not going to do that, so here we go. Yes. And there we go. And this is my profile. And this kind of does the tips of the day, shows the different ways that you can use Dragon. And when you need help on things, this is the sidebar. And then I'm going to close this. Next time I open this user profile, I'm going to click no. And I don't know why my toolbar is up at the top. I didn't ask it to put it up there, but I like mine on the bottom. And that's it. That's pretty much how it works. That's how you make a new profile. So for those of you who are thinking about getting Dragon but want to know some more information about it, I hope this video was helpful to you. And I hope that you'll make sure if you have any questions or problem, post them onto the group. And I check back with it regularly, and if I have the answers for you, I'll be glad to share them with you. So until next time, take care, peace and blessings. Bye.